There we go. Welcome back, everyone. It's me, Puppy Park. We're in the middle of a testimony. Literally in the middle of a testimony? That's when I stopped? Probably not the best part to stop at. I think this is the first line, though, so... Okay. Last time on Ace Attorney. Yeah, we're in the middle of literally the trial. The first trial of the case, of fourth case of Spirit of Justice. Sadly, I had to cut it short. I was getting sleepy. When that happens, my attention to detail will definitely get really just dampened. As opposed to when I'm awake, when I'm obviously on alert and I know everything about the case. So, yeah. Well, what can you do? We have Uendo, the wonderful Uendo here, who we've been dealing with, and they've been revealed to have DID, dissociative identity disorder. I think it's also sometimes called a system. I'm not too sure about the specifics, so forgive me if I don't know entirely about the real world specifics of it. I also am, yeah, we were introduced to as Uendo as a dude, but if you really think about it, they got a lot of different personalities in them. So I mean, the more appropriate, I guess, would be a they them, as they're they got a lot of stuff going on in there, and they also have another personality they haven't talked about. They said they have 3, but there's another one named Owen we haven't gotten to know, and I'm pretty sure they probably exist. They're in there lying. I don't know why they're lying, but we'll figure it out now as they are trying to testify about this. So let's just try to get into it. I hope that I can remember most of the case that went on. I did watch a little bit of my VOD to see, like, okay, what went on here, but I didn't watch the entire thing. So we'll see. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We're always aware, so we'd definitely notice if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Okay. You're always aware, huh? Wow. How am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities? Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You'd best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on. Screw your courage to the sticking place is a phrase, Mr. Simon. Alright, I will. I mean, way to phrase it that way, I guess. Just stop piling the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open. Pile up some info, so I guess we press as much as we can. Yeah, man, huh? No Owen personalities? Man, huh? Is that how you experience each other? Like people meeting on the street? That's an interesting metaphor. Well, it's more like all 3 of us are always here. And the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out. So, when you're not Uendo, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? So we stand by and listen. So that means all 3 of you share the same memories. It's going into a lot of what makes DID tick. What's going on in that person's head? I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right. I'm not sure how accurate a representation this is. This is an anime funny lawyer game, but I mean, you know, I'll go off, I guess, Uendo. I see. Thank you. Please continue. It could be accurate. Don't know. Patch, blurting out nonsense, huh? Patches, can I have a word with you, please? Why, hello. You rang? You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury? Well, just... I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. If you grill him with a bunch of highfalutin words, he's gonna want to keep silent. I see. So looking after loose-tongued Patches is your role, is it, Miss Kisagawa? Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, I do know that Patches was just flustered, and that's why he decided to remain silent. Always aware, huh? Aware, but what if for some reason you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three of you weren't all alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you three share the same memories, right? Well, what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware or unconscious. Objection. Objection. Instead of speaking as if the fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen three personalities. A fourth wouldn't be a stretch. That's true. Sadly, he's like, you have to prove it though. You dishonor the victim and this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings? Prosecutor Sadmati? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, there are likely 30 in your home. I'm basing my theory on such premises. I was about to say, isn't that cockroaches? Comparing us to cockroaches? Do we buck you that much, girly? That's very mean. But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all three personalities became unconscious, as you said? Unless you can do that, all this talk is merely empty speculation. Well, Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render a window and the others unconscious. Simon's right. I can't back down now. For my client, Mr. Wet, I have to... Wait, Mr. Wet? Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour now for udon noodles. I'm fresh like my soba, and you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the three freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the... You're knocked out. This random blurb was important. Blocked out. Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a minute, I think I've got it. Hang on, a flashback. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut up the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Maybe that's not important. It's the fact that he went unconscious multiple times. Sykes, is he drugged? Do you have proof to back up your theory? You know, what is proof but words with facts and a little bit of fiction? Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here, in this crime photo. It is? In that case, please point out what supports your theory. This most likely is what caused the window. This most likely what caused the window to lose consciousness. Have we checked that this is flour? Could be anything. The drink? He drunk himself to death? He was drunk as well, so... Take that! Camel juice. This is probably what made the window lose consciousness. Ah, yes. The sake. I thought you were gonna call this camel juice or something. Yes, it is indeed sake. And isn't it just like Master Tornado to pick up a fine brand like Camel? Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Hold it! I don't know what rating we are anymore, so we can't call it rice wine. Oh, please don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated. It's not even wine. Huh, silly girl. I must agree, you need to become more cultured, Adina. Tomato. It's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right? How dare you? It's called sake. End of story. Fine, sake it is then. Ay caramba, everybody's so touchy about these things. Ay caramba, would you turn into Bart Simpson for a second there? A calm Master Tornado would often have a drink or two before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. It's not a good idea. Don't drink while on the job. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course. And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Wendell, I believe your master offered you some well, I mean sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality, Owen, emerged. I drank sake. Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see. So yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun, but since we really dislike sake, we said no. Thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop can knock us out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? But that can't be right. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away. You amateur. Do you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale. Do not call me a fool. I already had enough of the outer prosecutor back in Europe. I don't need this from you. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses naturally. Right. Of course.
Miss Sykes, would you like the witness's statement added to the testimony?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Very well.
I didn't drink any sake. Wait, that's a Camel brand though. Look at that. It's gotta be that one.
Objection!
No. No. The witness statement about is absolute nonsense, Your Honor, and this evidence proves it. Wild guest incoming. Widget! Shush! You're not supposed to tell!
A street device says what you're really thinking, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? In other words, the only nonsense here is your wild guess, isn't it?
Ouch! To Widget. Thanks, Widget. Really helpful in this time. Maybe we should press this. Are you sure the bun doesn't look like a camel? Maybe it's alcoholic. So, if you had any tiny sip of sake, you took Honk right out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Mr. Master Tornado offered, right? Correct? Yes, that's right. Then maybe you ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient. I don't recall doing anything like that. He doesn't recall doing it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he did it. He just might not have known that he did. I'd better take another good look at the evidence.
So he didn't drink any sake, huh?
Oh boy, now we're in trouble.
Doesn't answer. That kind of answer is exactly why Sadmuck keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Uendo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it.
Well, I don't know about countless part,
but nothing. Give it some thought and you'll figure something out.
So the witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that? I didn't drink any sake. Huh. Wait. Soba glutton routine? No. Nothing was found in its long... I mean, this one, there's the buns. They have the camel thing on there. That's what I used, and it didn't work. Maybe it's a different statement. It has to be the fourth one. Or the last one, I mean. I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. Has to be it then. I did this one, but it didn't work. There's nothing else. Like, sure, I'm gonna do it again. No, it didn't work. This doesn't work, even though that I know the answer. They are the same. They have the same brand. Damn, I hate it when this game does this. It's right there. That manju bun has the same. Look, the manju bun has the same brand as the camel fucking sake. So obviously, it's probably alcoholic manju buns, and there's one missing and one taking a bite out of it. So, ergo, they're alcoholic. But the game won't let me choose it. We definitely noticed a personality like that showed up. I pressed everything else though, didn't I? Or did I? Owen, did you treat me like a criminal on mere conjecture? Had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. Did I press this one? Since nobody involved with this case is named Owen, you have to explore the possibility that he's the fourth personality of yours. After all, the card read Owen Fourth. But how can you be so sure that that's what the cards really mean? What else could they possibly mean? Well, for example, Owen the fourth hitter. Who the heck is that? Who in the world is that? The fourth hitter. He's a baseball player. A really good one, too. Owen Gonzalez, 36 years old, and he's a cleanup. Fourth-place hitter, of course. If such a famous baseball player was there hanging around in the theater, he would have drawn a lot of attention to himself, don't you think? Well then, how about this? Maybe it was ON4, duh, like ION4000. And who is this mysterious N person? What? N isn't a person. It was Shisho's favorite hobby shop, Enjoy. He was a huge model train collector. I see. You know, that may actually kind of be it, but I'm gonna put a pin in that and just go with the fact that it means Owen, the fourth personality. I'm like 5% sure that that's it, but we'll go with the other one. Thank you, though. Maybe he owed the hobby shop some money, so he left a note to remind himself. In Karuta cards on the table? Shisho worked in mysterious ways. Very mysterious. Are you even taking this seriously? I'm being completely serious. The point is, Owen Fourth could mean just about anything. I mean, they got you there. I suppose you're right. I guess I'd better approach this from a different angle. Is there any other piece of evidence that shows the bun is sake? One day was to do his soba glutton routine. Entered the room at 4:10, left at 4:20. Bucky went entered the room at 4:10 and then 4:20. Wanda discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. Before Bucky came to the theater, Gary was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. The dog buried his leftovers in the yard. That could be important. 0-4. Wait, what is this rap? Is that? Oh, that's from this.
Objection!
Oh, you wanted us to figure this out. This shows what most likely made Uendo lose consciousness. That being said, come on. I mean, we know it's the buns. I don't know why you had... I understand. You wanted us to do the connection between this note and the buns that are probably alcoholic. But still, call bullshit. That note. Are you feeling lightheaded, child, or perhaps a bit peckish? I am not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point of defense? This faint design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim on the floor. Uendo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yes, that's right. I don't know if you are aware of it or not, Uendo, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious.
The bean bun? But how?
Because those buns contain a secret ingredient. Very punchy secret ingredient at that.
A punchy secret ingredient?
Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room.
It does?
The design on this object matches that of the manju box's wrapping paper.
Take that!
It's camel.
The camel pattern. It's the same as the one for camel brand sake in this photo that has both of them in it. Oh, if you presented this, we probably would have figured that out too. But I guess you didn't.
But I did.
Oh well, whatever.
So just as Uendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some.
Impossible.
Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
So the defense is claiming that Uendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
That sounds fucking ridiculous. What is one thing that bothers me? The alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they are steamed?
In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am?
You just said that you're a lightweight.
Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju bun. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test.
Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy some camel manju, on the double. And don't forget to get me one too, okay?
Why must I? Also, you're underaged.
18, 19.
And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, will you get one for me as well, and also a diet soda? I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know.
Taka! Yeah, Taka, go get it! But just this once, I'll acquiesce. Taka, I'm counting on you. How is Taka gonna pay? Oh, okay. Taka just steals the fucking food.
And all of you had better pay me back. Aw, I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by Carryhawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
God damn it, if I had gone just like 5 minutes ahead, I would have been able to gone to the break. That's so funny. tortured. I swear. Things I suffer. Continue the next chapter, yeah. Drinking agua. Still May 13th. Oh, we're not even going to the reset. Okay. Oh. Now that the sweet ones have arrived. School is back in session. Time to get wasted. Go on, Wendo. Eat them up. Nice flavor. Taste the sake. That was delicious. Yes, a unique sweetness and faint aroma of sake. Yet I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this. What's the matter, Wendo? You're not afraid of tiny manju, are you? Or are you scared of how many calories it has? Oh my god. Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly... I mean, I could never. Less bleeding, more eating, witness. Fine. Whatever. Here we go. No. See, I told you. It don't affect me. It's we might be a little lightweight. But come on, nobody's that light. Seriously, I'll make you guys drunk. Owen, are you in there, buddy? Hello? Oh, Jesus. There they are. It looks like it worked. Oh my! Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation. Oh. My name is Owen. I'm 5. Huh? Athena, I don't know how to break this to you, but I don't think a 5-year-old murdered the old man. You're 5 years old? Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me. Oh, are you doing that, Rick and Morty? Oh, Rick. Oh. So he's Wendo's fourth personality? I hardly think a child like him could have a motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to have be very timid and weak. It seems the defense was hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he is standing before us, it's clear that none of Wendo's personalities can be the killer. Where can I even go from here? Shisho. Oh. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Adina what happened? What a scary lady. I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please. Pretty please with sugar on top. Is that gonna work? Oh, okay. Shisha was super nice. He always played with me. Just like just like a real grandpa. I love Shisho.
Athena, do you sense anything behind his words?
I sense a sadness. Sadness so pure it's heart-rending, but no discord. Prosecutor Samadi is right. Owen isn't the killer. Yeah, I don't think they did it.
But then, don't you find it odd?
Find what odd?
Let's review what we've learned so far. Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards to pin the blame on Bucky.
Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen is only 5 years old, and absolutely adores Master Tornado.
Exactly. The other 3 personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards
probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then, who did it?
Defense? Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out?
Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards.
But I thought it was the victim, right?
No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than the true killer. Wet Noodle number 3. Oh, Windows 5th personality. That's so funny. A window is like split, you see. You ever seen that movie from M. Night Shyamalan? James McAvoy, he had like 20 personalities. And then he turned into like a beast man for some reason, but he doesn't really have fur. He just bends things and climbs on the walls. Or I don't know. It's a weird movie. You know, it's like a trilogy or some shit. It's crazy. It gets connected to the Unbreakable franchise. It's nuts. You should see it. If it's not the 4th personality, Owen, then it must be the 5th personality.
God, your taste in movies is so terrible. And why would the 5th personality try to pin the blame on the 4th? They both inhabit the same body, after all.
Well, psychology expert.
It appears a psychology expert has run out of expertise. Review who will rearrange the cards and their motives. Oh, psychology expert.
You have a name, I'll have you all know. I'm not thinking I did it. I know it was the real killer. The true killer. I believe the 5th person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Typhoon Tornado.
How quickly you move on to a new target when your Owen theory proves false. You Pulkunin.
I have no fucking clue what Pulkunin is, but I know I am definitely not one. And before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out?
Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. But if you are bluffing, I won't go easy on you.
I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the Karuta cards name when the scene was discovered?
Let's see. I believe they implicated the defendant, Bucky Wet.
That's right. But then we found out that the message originally read Owen 4th.
Which implicated the young boy, Owen.
Exactly. And the person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Uendo.
Uendo may have kept silent, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. He's tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it.
I confess. I tampered with the crime scene.
The reason Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen 4th message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime.
Right on, Prosecutor Blackwell. It would seem that Owen and the other 3 personalities don't share the same memories. But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the three of us in here. Wendo feared that Owen had killed Master Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us. But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child incapable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master. So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. And this somebody else is the true killer. Tried to pin the crime on Owen. The problem is, we still haven't disproven that our client is the true killer, so we're kind of back at square one. I see. That does make sense. Objection. This is not but conjecture composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who then do you maintain murdered the victim? I believe Owen might know something about that. Objection! I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old no less. Not a young child is incapable of producing anything coherent. Objection! But... Your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when it's time to let it go, and... I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen? You do know something, don't you? Yeah. Oh my. Is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't agree, Prosecutor Sudmari. He's growling. Oh, I guess it's an agreement to growl. Okay. It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know. Smarty's like, I'm gonna lose this fucking case to a 5-year-old. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, giving it all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared. I passed out. This is eyewitness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. I was so scared. Owen! His emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him. Is he alright? His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. I recommend a therapy session right away. I see. Yes, please do whatever you can to help the poor boy. Will do, Your Honor. Glad everyone is so understanding of poor Uendo / Owen / all the other folks. I better find the cause of these out-of-control emotions pronto. Time for another therapy session. Fuck it. Yeah, I kind of guess this would be the case, right? Knife in the hand. There was blood dripping onto Shisho's face, getting it all red. Couldn't move at all. All of it is just sadness. Distressing sadness. Poor kid. He's absolutely terrified of something. Whatever it is, it might be the root cause of his out-of-control emotions. I better take a careful look at the images. Knife in his hand. Blood dripping onto Shisho's face and getting red. This may be it. The blood. Shisho. The knife. What about the knife? I go with the blood first. Owen, is this what you felt so sad? Can't you be a bit gentler on him? He's just a 5-year-old. Come on, little one. Is this what made you so sad? Your face kind of screams. Prosecutor who's been in jail for a long time. Like, you could do any better, Simon. Blame your shoddy answer, not me. Okay, okay. I'll get it right next time. The blood. Yeah, alright, the blood. I mean, obviously blood would get kids scared, but I wanted to talk about the fact that that knife had no blood on it. Yeah, blood was dripping onto Shisha's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, I also totally forgot there was no blood in the crime scene photos. How could blood drip down onto his face? That's also true. As expected, all we have managed to obtain from this child is a tale he dreamt up. I guess it's a little weird for blood to drip onto the victim's face if he was standing up. Unless it dripped down from the ceiling or something. What do you think, Simon?
I don't know. Owen's one confused and upset kid right now, so who knows how accurate his memory is. Maybe it's time for that thing instead.
What thing?
That thing you and your cohorts do. What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about?
That's not what we do. Not doing a roundabout thinking thing. Oh, you mean turn your thinking around?
Yeah, whatever. It's the same thing either way.
No, it isn't. Who's ever heard of rotating your thinking? I mean, rotate is... Hey, wait a minute.
What?
You know what, Simon? In this case, I think rotate just might work perfectly after all.
Come again?
All I have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. When he saw his master, Owen must have been... doing a handstand, flat against the wall. Oh. Doing a handstand. Pressed flat against the wall. Probably lying on the floor. How would he be... I get what she's saying though. What if he was like looking at a different perspective? Let's say if I was lying on the floor, I turned my head to about 90 degrees. Yeah, I guess it would look like he was on the floor in my perspective. I don't know. Let's go lying on the floor. Owen must have been lying on the floor when he witnessed his master's murder. What? That's the conclusion I arrived when I rotated my thinking by 90 degrees, which means that all the visuals in my matrix were off by 90 degrees. And? This means Master Tornado was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery.
And which mystery is that?
The mystery of how blood could have been dripping onto the victim's face. It becomes much easier to imagine how that could happen if he was lying down. Like somebody bleeding onto Master Tornado from somewhere up above him. I remember now! Somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho. That's kind of a big thing to forget, kid, but I get that you're 5, so understandable. So trying to recall his master's bloody killer is what spooked Owen originally. The blood that stained the victim's face red came from the person sitting on top of him. The victim was holding a knife, so he likely nicked his attacker as he was fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere, like the forehead perhaps. Assuming the victim and his attacker were face to face, then yes. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead, does he not? Shit! Shit! You could ask him to take it off.
That injury of Mr. Watts is conclusive evidence that he committed this murder.
Why? Oh my god, what the fuck? Ah! Yeah, you all keep yelling. It seems you have dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of. No! Even though I figured out the reason for Owen's out-of-control emotions, all I did was raise further suspicion against my own client. What do I do now? Yeah, what do we do now?
We should give up. No, I'm joking. What's the matter? You're not thinking of throwing the towel, are you?
Oh god, he can read me like a book. would look so bad for Bucky. I mean, he had both motive and opportunity. Plus, he has that injury on his forehead. Your Honor, I sense that the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on.
Well, Miss Sykes, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong this trial without a good reason.
No. Yeah, reasons. Sure. Oh, lawyer, Mr. I looked away for a second.
Maybe it's time to give up. She tried everything she could.
I really don't want to back down, but...
Silence! Athena, are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence?
I wouldn't say that. It's just... You literally just called me for this. I mean, I don't know who the fuck Bucky is. I met him, like, 2 minutes ago.
Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning?
You mean... You believe me, ma'am? Of course. No matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end.
Were those just empty words?
Of course not. It's just that all the cards are stuck against us.
Are you still stuck on that line of thinking?
Oh my god! Oh. Close up Blackwell is not real. He will not hurt you.
Motive, opportunity, and the injury to his forehead. Is that all it takes for you to stop believing in your client? Tell me again, who are you to Bucky?
I'm his Miss Chickadee lawyer.
Then do your duty and believe in him until the very end.
I will. Simon's absolutely right. I'm Bucky's lawyer, and he's depending on me. I'm sure all the Ace Attorney fans would love this POV.
Friendship, please, no fighting in my courtroom.
We're just having a hugging out, sir. The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor.
Please, no inappropriate touching in my courtroom.
Prosecutor Blackwell was just giving me a pep talk, that's all. Thank you, Prosecutor.
Huh. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of Wet Soba.
Yeah, I got it. The defense would like to now continue with Owen's therapy session.
Owen, would you be alright with that?
Okay. So somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head, and smushing something onto Shisho's face. That's funny.
What is?
I still hear discord in Owen's voice. I don't sense any inconsistencies between his statements and his emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either.
So that's it, huh?
Did you figure something out?
Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. But there's actually something he's been being very vague about in his testimony. If you can clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence, you should be able to move forward from there.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll give it a try. I'll just update the mood matrix with the new information and then we'll be ready to go. So I just need to present some evidence on what Owen is being vague about, huh? So you're lying down. He was on the floor and somebody was smushing something onto his face. What the hell? He was also lying down. He just fucking moved the model. He really just moved the model into the right. Not even the movement of his arms, like in a different lying down position. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared. Yeah, I passed out. So now let's see what Owen is feeling uncertain about. This should manifest something Owen isn't being specific about.
What's the matter?
Oops.
Is this too tough for you?
No, I'm thinking, so stop distracting me! I think I can guess what Owen is uncertain about. I just don't know which piece of evidence will pull the info I need to the surface.
You can't solve this with a rigid thought process. Try kneading your mind as well.
Kneading my mind? It's not soba though, you know.
Looks like you've learned a thing or two about making soba at least.
You think? I've only been hearing about it all day today. Yeah, we should have gotten soba during the trial.
Well, even with that tiny bit of knowledge, you ought to be able to find your answer.
That's Simon. He's figured something out again, hasn't he? And what does this soba making process have to do with what Owen is unsure about? Blood on his face and a knife in his hand. He was on the floor. Somebody on his face. Oh, we're looking for contradictions with evidence now. No feelings anymore. Swishing something onto his face. When there was a sober glutton routine by the master trainer, was performed a time sober routine. Is that what it was? Were they practicing? I forgot. Time sober was about getting swindled for soba. Cause of death suffocation. Nothing was found in his lungs. Maybe he died because there was soba in front of him? Or soba dough, I guess, in this case. Someone's pushing it. Victim is making soba noodles from scratch in his dressing room. The room is covered in soba flour. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge. It has to be this one. This is the only one. The boy is scared, so they can't remember exactly what it is. But alright, it's either this statement, since this mentions that the victim is making soba noodles, or the one with time soba in it. But I don't know about that one, so let's try crime scene report.
Objection!
Objection! Let's put a name to the thing Owen's uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon that was used to suffocate the victim. Fortunately for us, I spy the murder weapon. Right here, in this crime scene photo. Unfortunately for you, I spy nothing of the sort. And the police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon you see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. Someone cooked soba noodles on this motherfucker's face and then probably wiped up the blood with the dough and then cooked its soba noodles. Just cooked them. The dough. That's fucked up. This is what the killer pressed into Master Tornado's face. Right there.
Take that!
The mystery person that Owen saw press soba into the victim's face, thereby suffocating him. I grow weary of your tasteless jokes. How could anyone commit murder with soft, delicate soba? The noodles would instantly fall apart if they were pressed onto someone's face. Yes, I agree. Gross. I don't know, it looks delicious. Delicious way to die. Getting raw dough into your face. Well, I disagree. There is a way the soba could have been used to suffocate the victim. What? You will explain your theory at one, Miss Sykes. That being said, then cooking the dough that killed the person, then serving it, that would be gross, yes. Death by wheat. Also, hello, Briss. To kill Master Tornado, the culprit must have smarted him with uncut soba dough. The culprit must have used the soba before it was cut into noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough. What? I love it when the judge is like, oh! Order on the court! Yes, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it? True. Are you alright, Prosecutor Sanmani? I was just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused will finally face justice, thanks to the foolish lawyer before me. Everything we keep unveiling about this crime just continues to make it seem that our defendant is the one that did it.
Allow me to summarize your statements.
No, that's not what happened.
The accused was killing the victim. As the accused was killing the victim, he was slashed in the face by the victim's knife. The weapon he used to suffocate the victim with was the dough in the dressing room. He then disposed of the murder weapon by cutting the soba dough into noodles.
Ah!
Oh, you smarmy! Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into the bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that had dripped into the victim's face from his own. And there you have it, the true sequence of events behind this whole affair.
Now, wait just a minute. I never once said that Mr. Wet was the culprit.
Who but the accused knows how to cut dough into noodles? Defense.
That's a very good point, Prosecutor Marty. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training. But then, what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defendant wouldn't have known about Uendo's Owen personality.
Perhaps the victim was simply playing with the cards, and they hold no other meaning. Perhaps he spelled out Owen's name in jest before his murder.
That's true. For Owen's testimony, it's clear that Master Tornado cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion. Taking together all of these points paint a convincing picture of the defendant's guilt. Hold it! Owen, is there anything else you can tell us? It doesn't matter how small of a detail, anything will do. Oh, you're scaring me. Oh, I'm sorry, Owen. Auntie Adina didn't mean to raise her voice. I have to be gentler with him. I can't forget he's only 5 years old. No need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us anything you can remember. Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me, bleeding from their head. Owen, you saw the killer's face? Oops, I did it again. So who was it, Owen? Do you remember? Oh, I don't know who it was. I'm picking up some noise. That means there's still something to uncover in Owen's testimony. Sakura! I don't know what Owen saw, but suffice it to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. We've wasted enough of our time, defense. Let's go and move on. Or let us go and move on. No! There's still discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, I can't give in here. Now, Owen, do you think you can continue your testimony for us? Okay. I entered a new info and run an update then. Alright, what do we got? Now we got emotions. Blood on face. Soba. He was on the floor and somebody was smoothing dough into his face. What a way to die. Pass out. I do find it interesting though. It's all showing Owen's Discord? No, he's 5 years old. He does not get a Discord. Hell, he shouldn't even be on the internet. Also, his other personalities, however, can go on the Discord. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no. It's weird that when Owen wakes up, they wake up still as Owen. You think that the other personality would have woken up instead and been like, oh? The person who killed Shisho was standing over me. Why is Owen happy?
Got it.
This is somebody you know, Owen. Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling. One of relief?
The person the witness saw was no stranger. Rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness and sully your soul no more. Owen, who did you see? That nice smell. I love that smell. The smell of that perfume. 0%. I'm having a feeling on who it is. It's the smell of... Can do it. Try to remember, Owen. Oh, the smell of... Oh. No, damn it, Owen! Come back to life! Owen! It seems Owen is now resting in the infirmary. They certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue with the trial. Despite Owen's testimony, it is the opinion of this humble servant of the Holy Mother that the child's words were insufficient to clear the accused of suspicion. But what about the scent of perfume Owen mentioned? I believe it's a clue that will lead us to the true culprit. There are thousands of perfumes in the world. It could even be the scent of hair product the accused uses. He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible. I know, you see that one guy, Eldune's Noodles? That motherfucker, he's got that noodle delicious hair. The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products. He's also a 5-year-old boy stuck in a, how old is a window? 20-year-old man's body. So even that makes it a little harder to understand what he saw. Why couldn't you have gone for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision is the accused and no other. Oh man, how am I supposed to argue with that? And so the person Owen saw at the scene of the crime can only be the accused, Bucky Wet. Hold it. Huh? Oh? Is that something? Oh? What the? Oh! Bucky! Hey! I never use hair products or anything with smell. If I want something like that, the smells get into the soba. Boom! Check it! He's skating. Oh, thank you. Here you go. Some soba. It's like the lady with the lunch boxes. Mr. Wet, aren't you supposed to be resting in the infirmary? Whatever. You think I let my soba stink up perfume? Try that chilled soba for yourself and see. I believe we have no choice but to try it. It looks delicious. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Oh, then let's dig in, shall we? Slurping. Everyone's slurping today. That was delightful. Well, I'm satisfied that there are no traces of hair products or perfumes in Mr. Wet's soba. First sweet bean buns and now savory soba. What a delectable trial this has been. This texture is different from the soba I had the other day. It reminds me of a dish we have in Korean called banupun. Wait, he's using a skateboard that was on roller skates. What? Chilled soba. $6.80. Oh man, inflation hitting this chilled soba market. What'd you think, Miss Chickadee? My soba's pretty good, isn't it? It's delicious. Don't you think so, Simon? It still bears comparison to his late father's cuisine. Simon, why you always gotta be so hard on me? Don't you? And he passed out. Bailiff! Take the defendant back to the infirmary at once for some rest. Rest? Hey, I ain't a lump of plain old weedy udon though, you know.
I'm fresh like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest. It's about the 3 freshes of soba. Grind the seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, boil the frills fresh. Skates away. What the hell was that? That was our defendant. Fantastic. He cooked us all some soba and then fucked off.
Good grief, what a defendant.
At least Bucky wasn't the source of perfume smell. Wait, smelly perfume.
It looks like you remembered something.
Well, I don't know if I remembered something, but it's only an effect of, process of elimination here. The very smelly perfume reminded me of a certain somebody.
Oh? And who might that be?
There's only one person that comes to mind. The very smelly perfume reminded me of...
Nayuta Sanmari, I knew it.
I knew it. A prosecutor is murdered once again. There's no doubt about it. It's this person. Uh-oh. Something tells me I got it wrong. There's no doubt about it. It's not this person.
What the? Don't take back defense.
Oh.
Come now, Dina. There's only one person it could be. Literally process of elimination. Even if you didn't remember the perfume, you could tell who it is. Come on.
Just everyone like... Damn, she is not spitting. Anyway, it's Garu.
Garu Tornado?
Yeah, she did smell very nice, didn't she? Just a moment, defense. You would draw suspicion on Garu now because of a scent? Your Honor, there is no need for you to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense. I suppose their claims have been awfully inconsistent. What? You only got one little inconsistency. I mean, I loaded the other ones, but still, we only got one inconsistency. Garu could have been at the crime scene. Yes, but... You'll get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand. Wow. Wow.
How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things.
Setting the matter of balloons aside entirely, I do believe it's appropriate to ask Garu some questions given the circumstances. This has nothing to do with the balloons, of course. I just really need to talk to her again. Thank you, Your Honor.
What the f...
Baluba. Speaking of Baluba here. Thank you for calling this disciple of the Tornado School of Rakugo back for an encore! It's me, the balloon artist you will all know and love, Garu Tornado! Is that just a fucking hot dog? Did you just make a hot dog? That's cheating. Also, thank you for redeeming hydration. Yes, I do need more water. Alright. I'll refill that later. That's cheating. Also, she brought back her other balloons. And her other balloons.
What a wonderful balloon artistry.
Your Honor, please. Stop breathing heavily into the mic. Please, Your Honor. Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I'm accusing you of murder. I called you back for a testimony. But I'm all talked out. This case has left me completely deflated. Okay. What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what the hell's going on? Simon.
It seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume.
And you were the only person I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Gabriel, you knew about Owen, right? Well, yes. I often play with him on Shisha's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen? You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. And this isn't because of the fucking balloons. With no evidence but the distorted memories of a small child. It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right. You don't even have proof. You may step down from the stand, Gabriel. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime. Hey, wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony is still enough. Please feel free to leave, Gabriel. Oh, but I'm so close. There must be something I can do. Well, if the prosecutor says okay, then I guess I'll be going for now.
Silence!
Nah, you ain't leaving.
Oi, Gabriel. You're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing? You're leaving halfway through. Oh.
Doubt. There's a bandage on Garu's forehead! Yep, there is. Oh no. And since we know that Master Tornado's killer has a cut on their face somewhere.
Impossible!
How did you know, Simon?
I didn't, but I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation.
Bam, bam! Your Honor, Prosecutor Sadmati, the scent of perfume, an injury on the forehead. These things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Garu.
Miss Sykes, does this mean you are formally indicting the witness for the murder of Typhoon Tornado? Should your accusation prove to be false, hope you're prepared to pay the price in full.
Simon, what price is he talking about?
I thought that should be obvious. Prosecutor Sadmuck is saying he'll see it to it you'll never stand in the court of law again.
Why? How? That is not legal. You can't do that.
I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting.
Just whose side are you on, Simon?
Go on, then. Into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway. Well, Miss Sykes, I'm waiting.
With regards to the witness Garu Tornado, the defense wishes to indict her. There's no reason for me to hold back, not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Garu Tornado for the murder of Typhoon Tornado.
Ooh, regicide.
Is that it? No, I think that's when you kill a king. Was it the human? Not the human. The parent murder? I don't remember.
I've tried to be merciful, but now even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You will have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell!
Except, I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Wet. It was Garu Tornado.
Oof.
That bandage is just from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday. That's all.
Sure.
What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead? You know, juggling knives? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., don't you, Garu? But, I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisha was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist. My god, what is that? And balloon! There you have it. An adorable little kitty. Jesus Christ. Why are their eyeballs showing? What is this? Good lord. That thing looks like it's about to kill me in my sleep. And then the dog back there will be watching, laughing. How could you suspect a cutesy widow balloon artist like me? Kira, I've been meaning to say this for a while now. Could it be that? You don't have an eye for balloon art. Oof. Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. How does balloon art have anything to do with Rakugo? Is that your gimmick? I was supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller too, just like my late daddy. But Shisha told me to do balloon art instead. Oh, okay. I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either. Oof. I mean, you have balloon art talent. Look at those creations. They're amazing. It's just that they aren't exactly what you say they are. You could go do horror balloon art. So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me? Please stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit in Owen's testimony share these two traits. You're that sound accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you. With a twisty twist twist. It's a sword? I'ma cut you, witch! Go ahead and make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon mind that pops. Got it? Oh, she's going crazy. Let's go. Oh my! Is she got another hidden personality? Judge, this happens every time. All of the people who come up here got something fucked up in their hand, and they're just like, "Hello, I'm ready to kill people now." Simon, is everybody entertained at a school like this? How should I know? This always happens. It's like, nope. We get to the murderer is like, well, time to reveal myself. My other personality is, I'm fucking pissed off. Yeah, I guess I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know. The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited. So, you were saying she went to the dressing room, but then left right away. Don't take her at her word. Come on. Do you really think I would? I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened. Now then, Miss Sykes, proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, time to cross-examine the Clussy lady. A courtesy call after your performance, huh? Come to think of it, Uendo mentioned making the same kind of visit. Yeah, a visit to your master before and after your routine. That's just common courtesy with us Rakugo artists and entertainers. So that means you paid the victim a courtesy call before your performance too, right? What did you see in that time? He was having a drink and getting himself into a festive mood. He liked to say that drinking gave him a silver tongue. So he was already drinking by then. Wendell wasn't there in the dressing room yet, at the time. He must have gone in there during my act, because when I went back... Oh, I just want to note also that I do like that we do have a character with DID. And they were like, nah, that person didn't do it. In fact, that person's the most sane out of this entire group. Well, this lady's... Look at this lady's fucking balloon art. She's crazy. So you're saying that both of them were asleep. Could you describe how they appeared? They were both stretched out on the floor, snoozing away. So sitting the victim up and over the table must have been the culprit's doing. After all, who wouldn't stretch out on the floor if they could to take a nap? Plus, that matches up with what Owen said in his testimony. But if he was asleep, how could you tell it was Owen? How did you know it wasn't Uendo? I've known the guy for ages. One look at his face, and I know which one I'm dealing with. I see.
Hold it!
Okay. Where did you find your master's note? I don't know. Can't remember. Did you notice anything else unusual or out of place in the room? Well, there was the sake and having manju on the table. Didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room, okay?
Oh, is that a fact?
Of course it is! What do you think?
And you didn't change anything around while you were in there?
I didn't do anything! Look, I'm telling ya! I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room!
Your baldness. I request that Geiru's last statement be added to her testimony.
Simon? What's a statement like that gonna do for us?
Just play along, and you'll see soon enough.
I
have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes?
I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. What is Simon thinking? I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in that room.
How would I be able to prove that she did?
So I just want to confirm, you didn't see anything at all unusual or out of place anywhere around the victim. I already told ya! Nothing! And you didn't touch anything at all in the dressing room. How many times I gotta say it? No, I didn't touch anything! Wait, but then is she saying she didn't see? What Uendo immediately saw when he checked the victim's body? Does that mean it wasn't there at the time? Oh, hold on. I guess it was something. What is it? The soba making equipment was already there in the room. That means Bucky must have been there in the dressing room before me doing something. Thanks for the non-help. Well, a new statement has been added, but she's still sticking to her guns.
She said she didn't see anything unusual in the dressing room. But that strikes me as a little strange on its own.
Really? Why?
If Master Tornado was really is the one who left that, do you think Geiru would have noticed it? And if Master Tornado wasn't the one who left it, then we must ask who did. You know what I'm getting at, don't you, Adina?
I think so. I really appreciate someone's help, but I've got to come up with the answer myself this time. So it's this one at the end. You didn't see anything weird in the room. It's just that I'm trying to remember how the room is. I mean, there's a lot of weird things. Like the fridge being open. There's just a bunch of soba stuff there. You just assume they were all asleep? I mean, this one, I guess I could be the one that just... That one or the Karuta cards.
Objection!
Yeah, look at the fucking state in this room. You didn't touch anything. You didn't think, oh man, something's really suspicious here. Maybe I should fucking call someone, like the cops, or touch them. Geiru, you said you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right. What about it? Then I wonder who left that dying message in the Karuta cards. What are you getting on about? It had to been that Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of Uendo's personalities. Uendo, your master, and you.
If Bucky had left that Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo.
What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Tornado School, you, Geiru Tornado, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as the person who left that message, it's clear that you are Master Tornado's killer. Will you ever quit your yapping? We love to yap. We yap all the time. Oh, you are like wretches clinging to the spider dread of salvation. Allow me to cut that holy dread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth. Would you quit butting in when everything starts to go my way? Athena, that's what the prosecutors do. They always do that. You stopped my theme! You were having fun with that theme. How could you? Silence, child. Playtime is over. What did you just say? As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Geru to leave at once. Geru, would you please relate what please relate said reason to the court? There was a reason why Geru had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh. Oh, is that a burn? Your hand is all swollen and red. What happened, Geru? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Oh. What? And you're in the tornado school? Of Rakugo? With soba? Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Typhoon Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Geru is lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quick. I managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisho as he was being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands! There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and it'd been good night, Geru. I never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air. I certainly couldn't use soba, though, as a murder weapon either. This isn't going good. This isn't good. Yes, I'm done. You knew it would come to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned your allergy. Huh. As if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of this witness. Thank you for pointing the sword at me. I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out in the open, yeah? Oh, that's not a good idea, but go ahead. In fact, I want you to testify. Geru's buckwheat allergy. If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look at my hand. Just touching Chisho's body caused this much damage. There must have been some soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. That being said, you could wear gloves. I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know, Simon? Huh. Does it look like I knew? Get the privacy of the witness my foot. What a dirty trick. I used to do that. Now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Sadmonk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. No matter how small, I'll find us an opening and break your testimony down. I do have to stretch. In fact, we'll take a tiny little break to stretch. Alright. And also refill my water. That's actually enough. I'll take a longer break later. Oh. Alright. This last contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction.
Hold it!
Is this true? Can we talk to a doctor? You're not lying about this soba allergy of yours, right? Of course not! I swore in the grave of my father, up in heaven! I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want! She seems to be telling the truth. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember, but I never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder! And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flower to boot. Well said, Your Honor.
Hold it!
It can kill you, huh? I'll give you that. There was quite a bit of flowers scattered about in the dressing room. But you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless, right? Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still could have committed this crime if you'd held your breath while doing it. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. Yeah, I guess you're right. Jeez, get a grip, will ya?
Hold it!
Not much damage, huh? Maybe there's a twist here. Like you're actually allergic to dogs and not soba. What the fuck are you talking about? Bring my little Jugemu in here. I'll hug and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling ya, I have a genuine, honest to goodness soba allergy. Defense. The witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. You heard the man, lawyer girl. All right, fine. I was just trying to think of the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I have to like it though. Says that Tina just being like, I gotta fucking take down this contradiction. Maybe she's lying. She has to be. And it's like 3 fucking statements. Like, I'm not fucking lying. I'm allergic to buckwheat. That being said, she totally probably did it all of this, like, getting clear of the buckwheat allergy. Nah. There's gotta be something. I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand here because I touched Shisha. Right. Maybe you wore a mask. Masks are pretty powerful. Must have been soba broth on his clothes. I have a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touching soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Don't you know anything? What an amateur. I'm sorry? Do I look like a doctor to you? Maybe you could be. You ever play Trauma Team? I heard they got anime doctors in that. Look, anything that has soba in it, or anything that has touched soba, is like poison to me. To be honest, you don't. Out of all of the, you don't actually really look like a lawyer. Everyone else has suits. You kind of got this yellow thing going on. I mean, it's a great outfit, but still, this is well, actually, you know, it's like a kind of like a suit. It's just weird that it's yellow. So, I just want to cover all my bases, but... could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room?
Objection.
That is out of the question. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now.
Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without basis. Unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, that is unfortunate. For everyone. We press the statement. She's allergic to buckwheat. Athena, there's nothing we can do.
Giru could not have possibly committed this crime in the room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin.
Huh.
What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this?
Off gets! There's only one thing to do.
What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you?
Nope. It's just the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Damn right.
I see. You have no rebuttal, and so the only thing left for you is to smile.
That's where you're wrong.
I do have a rebuttal.
Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Geiru, who is allergic to soba, could commit the crime. Figure out how Geiru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead. She wore a giant suit. A giant suit. Let me rest. Huh. Maybe if I were a lump of old regular flour for udon noodles. But I'm fresh, like my soba. And you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the three freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh. Cut the dough fresh and boil the noodle. Grind, cut, then boil. Blacked out.
It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting. Do not disturb.
Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who would think Shisho was napping? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. All of these flashbacks, I still can't figure it out. Mundu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what I think it means? This was obviously... It was written by the victim. My guess is written by the murderer so people wouldn't disturb the crime scene. Invitation. Let's keep going. If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Geiru could have committed this crime.
No matter how hard you stretch your mind, you cannot overturn facts.
Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll handle down my ruling. True. I can't overturn facts, but what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong?
Got our facts wrong? What are you talking about now?
And which piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Please point it out to this court. This evidence proves that Geiru could have killed her master, even with her soba allergy. Well, there's no music. So we must think. Maybe this isn't flour, maybe it's... sprinkled sake. I don't know. Well, it's red, so... It can't have taken place anywhere else. It took place here. The box was open, eaten by Owen. Frying pan, choked to death by soba noodles. Did she make the soba? Just one piece of evidence that proves deficification. Something found in his lungs. It's the deed for the soba shop. The deed holder is Bucky Wet. Gary was to perform her balloon act. Innuendo was to do soba glutton routine. And finally, Master Tornado was to perform the time soba routine. Wait a minute. Grind the soba, eat the soba. Equipment of the soba. Nostalgic 4? Traditional? Hound. The dog? Wait, the image is important to this? She was the one that wrote this, isn't she? It's happy powder. Yes, happy powder. That's, it's just a little bit of happy powder. You sniff it a little bit and then it makes you a little bit, happy. Then it makes you sad and then you're addicted to it and it's very bad. The murderer was very hyper during the action because of this happy powder. There's only a couple of evidences that we have. Let's see if we can go through some of the flashbacks. They're telling me something. Regular flour dough for udon noodles, but I'm fresh like my soba. And you don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh. Cut the dough fresh. Boil the noodles fresh. Maybe it's regular flour dough, not buckwheat dough. Resting. Do not disturb. She was cooking up the soba during this time. Okay. Then what would I use? This entire room? Maybe it's not buckwheat flour. There could be different types of flours.
Take that!
I believe Gero used this to avoid triggering an allergic reaction. Did not start the music. It is time to let it go and move on, Defense. Huh? How could it possibly be used to avoid triggering an allergic reaction? There are cases in which people have died from inhaling even a tiny amount of soba flour. Well, very scholarly of you, prosecutor. I see you've studied up on your allergies as well. Huh. It's not how did she avoid an allergic reaction. It's why didn't she have an allergic reaction in the first place. That's your puzzle to solve. Why she didn't have an allergic reaction in the first place. Thanks, Simon. Why did she not have an allergic reaction? She said she buried something? So that one didn't work. So it has to be this somehow. How would this even help us prove that? They originally spelled that O in fourth when as shown. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge. TV can be used to monitor the stage from the dressing room. It's not that. Backstage diagram. The dressing room. How could you, like, dodge it? Let's try to first. It's Master Tornado's note. The note? I'm still not even sure what it is, but we're gonna keep going with this. Let's hope that it keeps. This is the correct one. Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note? Because it's not Master Tornado's note, it's the witness's note. The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. Its true meaning? This note does not mean I am resting. Do not disturb. Oh, the dough. Resting. Do not disturb the dough. As we had assumed. But rather, it actually means this dough is resting. Do not disturb it. Wait a minute, Adina. That doesn't make any sense. You're right. It doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many a time, you don't let soba dough rest because it's regular dough. It's not soba dough. And what's with all this jibber jabber got to do with anything? This is it. The home stretch. This note and Mr. Wet's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was not making anything. Making soba noodles. Making udon noodles. I don't think Tornado was making the thing. It was her. So I'm gonna go with not making anything, but then we'll go with udon noodles, I guess. Master Tornado wasn't making anything, of course. Let us go and move on, defense. Even if the victim had not been making soba, Geiru could not have entered that room. The reason being that the room was covered in buckwheat flour. Seems the defense. It's defense that isn't making anything, let alone progress. I can make progress. Okay, fine. It's udon noodles. It's making gaki dumplings. I don't even know what those are. Get udon noodles. The victim, Typhoon Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead. Potunka! Have we not, like, tested the flour? Like, we just, like, all assume it was buckwheat? Do we have no, like, experts here? Don't we have a bunch of experts now? One of them is drunk, I guess. And the other, no, the other could have mentioned something about it. Gak is happy powder. Oh my god. Well, you learn something new every day. That layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour for udon. So actually, it was totally possible for Geiru to be in that room and kill her master. No. What? But if that's true, it changes everything. Your Honor, the defense requests that the flour in the room be tested immediately. Objection. But soba noodles were found in the bowl, and Geiru did have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things? Well, you bought them. Even were it udon flour instead of soba, you still cannot prove Geiru committed the crime. But don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward, or you'll feel my blade at your back. Enough with the dreads already, I got it! Talk about pressure. Alright, Adina, take a deep breath and go over everything again. Ooh. Hooray! This part. Let's go! I'm going to re-visualize the case from the start to finish. I have to find conclusive evidence that Geiru committed this murder. What was Master Tornado making in his dressing room? Soba. No, it couldn't have been soba. It was... Oh, whoops. I'm getting these mixed up. It was udon. He couldn't have gone into that room. I have to remember more carefully. It's udon. Damn. Brain having a brain fart right now. Ramen! Who's making ramen? Master Tornado was making udon. By my logic, Master Tornado must have been making udon noodles in his dressing room, but something at the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found in the bowl on the table? Soba. So she could have just bought some soba, premeditated and all that shit. There was soba in the bowl. Even though the master wasn't making soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to have come from somewhere. Wait a minute. One mysterious serving of soba noodles? That sounds familiar. Where did the soba in the bowl on the table come from? Gabriel made it. No. The master soba stock. Probably. Catering service? Did we have a catering service? Could be this one or this one. I think Gabriel can make it. Yeah, he has a stock of soba. Soba was from the master's soba stock. The soba noodles were found at the scene were from master's stock of uncooked noodles. But then why would the culprit go out of her way to cook that soba and put it in the bowl? Why did the culprit cook the soba noodles and put them in the bowl? She likes soba. To hide the udon dough. The culprit wanted to hide the udon dough. Soba was found at the scene, so that means the culprit must have taken the udon with her to hide it. But why did the culprit take the udon away to hide it? It must have been because he killed them with the udon dough. Let's approach against udon. Yeah, that is the murder weapon. She hid the murder weapon. And it's hidden with the dog. The dog buried it. The murder weapon was udon dough. That we pretty much guessed. That wasn't really a big leap of logic as usually these things go. But yeah, that's it. The udon dough was the real weapon to kill Typhoon Tornado. And the reason why no weapon was found is because Geiru got rid of the dough somehow. So instead of cooking the dough, she just got rid of it. Also, I'll get water in a second, but thank you for redeeming that. Whoops. I have to refill my bottle. The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Geiru's guilt. Objection. Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think that it would prove she is the one? Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony, Prosecutor Sadmati. If the injury on Geiru's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Geiru's blood must have dripped down onto the dough used as the murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? But where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Well, it's... If I can't find the answer in the evidence I have on hand, we'll lose this trial. So how did Geiru get rid of the udon dough? Hikatina, what do I have that points to suspicious behavior on Geiru's part?
Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Where is the real murder weapon hidden? Nice barking you did there. I assume you have the bite to back it up.
Stop distracting me! Especially, like, not right now. This piece of evidence can point us to the location of the hidden murder weapon. Backstage diagram. This is where the dough is hidden.
What do you think, Geiru? This piece of evidence does not seem to point us toward anything in my eye.
You reckon? But it's not a given, right?
Oh, I recall learning a phrase for this one. Rock given. And with this here, defense, you reckon that's a given. That this don't point us to nothing.
What the fuck are we talking about? Please stop slaughtering the English language, Your Honor. I fucking... the English language has been fucking slaughtered today. Oh, well, I'll keep that one. A lot of heart callback. Oh, right. That is... She did say you reckon a lot. Miss her and her jobs that she was bad at. Well, I thought the dog buried it in the yard. That's my guess. Time I received from Master Tornado to the show commemorating Windows Found in the victim's possession is the deed for the soba shop. Time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Somewhere in here. This is a big piece of evidence. Did she... It's udon. She made some udon of some sort. That flour is udon flour, not soba flour. But she had some soba stock and cooked it up and then put it and left it there. So it's not this one. It's a crime scene report. This is the only way to sort of think of it. Should have been this 2 pieces of evidence. Nope. Can't look at the title deed. Show letter. Ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contains simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program. Finally, Master Tornado was performed a time soba routine. Confirmed to be alive. Bucky Wet entered the room and then left. Does this tell us something? I'm not even sure where this is. That's what I like. I think that the dog buried it, but I don't know how to connect that other than the diagram. Simon's statement. Oh, there's more to it. Gary was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. That's the murder weapon. The dog buried his leftovers in the yard. Oh, that's right. Didn't wanted the dog to eat it, not bury it. But the dog buried the leftovers. Gary. Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about murder. Stuff that cute act in your balloon hat. Gary got rid of the doe she used to kill Master Tornado in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwell's nose by feeding it to her dog. No, I... Of course! Now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Geru, who should know her own dog's eating habits, would feed Jugemu more than he could possibly finish. Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard, right now! And what should the police at the theater be looking for exactly? Jugemu must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Geru made out of the udon dough, with her blood in it. This is preposterous. I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way. What are you blathering on about? You still have work to do. That's true, she hasn't broken down yet. I totally forgot that Simon's statement had more pages. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that was the thing that happened. Now by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Adina. That being said, I know what it was, I just picked the wrong one. You got it. Geru, do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? When the truth is revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it? Oh my god, are we gonna see it? Well, now the truth is out. And it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Oh, and his beads hitting him in the face.
Conqueror!
I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to... then she show.
Boof. 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 So many balloons popping. Is it gonna happen?
Why are balloons bursting? Daddy. I've been a bad girl.
Please don't say it that way. There we go. Yep. That's the one thing I saw. The thing I couldn't get away from on the internet. Oh, this I did forget that that's her real design. Oh my gosh. Totally thought that was her hair just dyed. And there goes her balloons. Well, you know, she was very popular on the internet for a while, and let's just say I already saw her breakdown, so I kind of immediately sussed out that it was her. Didn't expect to get to it, though, in one trial day. It's another case with only one trial day, all on this side of the country, which is interesting. But that's better for pacing. Sometimes you don't need to have the mystery go on too long. Yeah. But yeah, no, this so much art of her. And that breakdown. To be fair though, I did figure it out kind of. It's pretty easy to figure out. It's literally one trial day, but like it's not even an investigation and trial day like the second case. It's just literally one trial day. Unless something happens immediately that just flips this entire case on its head, but I doubt it. Because we didn't get that much of what Bucky Wet saw. I think we only got like a little bit, but he didn't really say anything. He was also, I don't know, angry at the time. But, you know, immediately as the trial started, it's like, the person who was, we didn't get to see Garu when Simon was giving his statement. I immediately thought, it's probably Garu. They're like, oh yeah, you and I were out here right now, and he's still alive in there. Wow, so weird. Are you ready to tell us everything now, Garu? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. His stage name? You don't mean... Uendo Tornado. I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling. But I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisha wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. But Master Tornado gave the name to his junior disciple. Yeah, that's why I took my revenge on Shisha during the show, celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living. Girl, you have a different hobby. Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show? Because I wanted to pay Uendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tornado fans were gathered. But then Uendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet, which is it's kind of fucked up, poor Bucky. And now we know the whole story. There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday? No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it. So it was a premeditated crime. But in the end, you only went through with it on impulse. Then the allergic reaction on your hand. Is it from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands? When you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death? Yeah, don't you have gloves though? By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy. Garu, How could you do all this? You idiot.
Geiru, I get your desire to inherit your father's name, but this is kind of extreme, don't you think? But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart?
Oof. It's tragic. Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Sadmati? Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Miss Adina Sykes. Yes? This is the first time he's used my real name.
That's true.
I shall be sure to remember your name.
Thanks, sir.
Really?
It seems he's finally recognizes you as a proper adversary.
Thanks. That's all I ask. Prosecutor Sadmati.
It looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant who's shrunk off his ass.
Nope, he's sobered now. Hey, man.
Oh, good. It seems you finally made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet.
Do not object, Bucky.
Not guilty! We did it! Yeah! Woohoo!
Damn, people kept shifting the blame and it ended up on Bucky. Poor dude. Well, we got him free. We did it.
The court is adjourned!
Well, that's the end of that case. May 13th, 1:55. Yeah, it was a pretty early day, huh? Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you were found innocent. Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee. It still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did the window have it out for you or something? I don't think so.
Wendell said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea he got when he saw the sober-themed cards.
Simon, where have you been?
I stopped in on Wendell's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim. Oof, bad luck, huh?
No way. I almost got convicted out of convenience. Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Geiru inherit her father's name? What do you mean? On a more important note, Miss Chickadee? Don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow. Come on, I have to do this. I have to present the evidence thing. You think Master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business? No, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Geiru to find her own calling in life. To perform whatever she wanted without being bound to her father's name or Bakugo. Damn, she really should have talked to him. She really jumped on murder, bro. Jesus. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor. Aw, that's really tragic, actually, God. That's why you talk to your kids. And also don't jump to conclusions. So that's why he called you to the theater, huh? To teach him how to make udon.
Huh. A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Tornado for you.
Maybe you should have been more straightforward. But also, she shouldn't have jumped on murder. So, yeah. Terrible rap. Terrible timing all around. So this entire incident happened because of misunderstanding. How sad.
By the way, Geiru wasn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on. Even though the person in question still seems to be unaware of the Master's intentions.
What? You talking about me?
Come on, no way.
All that old man ever did was criticize my soba. That's not true, Bucky. There must have been a way to make Bucky see just how much Master Tornado cared about him. I don't remember. Hang on. This is actually hard. Is it hard? That's the deed. Oh yeah, find a victim's possession. It's deed to the soba shop. The deed holder is Bucky Wet. I mean, you're the deed holder, so this is yours. Take a good look, Bucky. Whose name is on there as the holder of this title deed? It's still in my name.
Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead.
He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up. Oh man. Damn it. I see. His hair is raw noodles. Soba noodles, whatever. I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado, I'm so sorry.
Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations.
Don't brush up that hair, buddy. There you go.
Thanks, Sammy. You too, Miss Chickadee. One day, my soba's gonna be so good it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation owner of Wet Soba. Wet Noodle number 4. Well, I better be getting back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush.
Oh, hold on. Can I place an order for delivery, Bucky?
Yes, Miss Chickadee?
Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Garu on behalf of her master?
You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it too.
Thank you.
No? Well, see ya.
Be sure to drop by the shop sometime. It's very nice of Adina. I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me.
Do us all proud, Bucky. I have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out.
He's a little sadistic kicking her when she's down. Listen, it's slightly tough love. It's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up anything thanks to this case.
Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had it not been by your side.
You don't know that!
Huh. For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively.
Or you could just teach me your famous mind trick, Simon.
No.
Way to shut someone down. And why not?
Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever.
Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes by Ueno?
Must you remind me? How could I have known Ueno would do time soba?
Hey, speaking of time soba, I just saw something funny.
Oh, goody, I can't wait.
Okay, here it is. In time soba, why didn't Mon number 9 get counted? Come on. Do you know, Simon?
Huh? How should I know?
Because 7, 8, 9! Thank you. I'll be here all week. Boo! Rotful. That's not even the right words! It's not even the right letters! Oh my god. I missed the clown breakdown? Yeah, second, I'm sorry. You missed the clown breakdown. We finished the trial.
Huh. That I should have known. Come on, let's go get soba or something and go home.
Your treat?
I'll treat you to 50% of the tab. And don't forget, you still owe me for the manju.
I'm sorry. I'm getting paid for this, by the way, right? I just offended your client. Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know?
Huh. Quit squawking and start walking, Adina.
Here they go. Hey, wait for me! I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited a passion for our courts and the law. Je peux le faire. I can do this. I do not know what that means, but thank you. And so that ends the Rakugo Turnabout Storyteller case. Wow, what a crazy case.
let's go to the games menu for a second. I'm not ending. I just need to listen to something while I discuss the fourth case. This is it's a pretty good case. I mean, it's short. It's you know, it's nothing. To compare it to the other short case in this game, which was episode 2, that I think benefited from having an investigation. But it had a lot of memorable characters as well. I think both did anyway. I think they're pretty good. I think it's too short though, and also, oh, let's speak in Spanish about this. El problema con el caso es que no hay una conexión de historia, nada de todo. Es muy filler. No hay. Ellos ponieron un caso para Tina y Blackwell. No hay más que está conectado a nada. Tú podrías sacar este caso en nada va a pasar en todo el caso. En todo el juego. And basically what I said is, yeah, you could have just taken out this case and it doesn't really change anything about the entire game from what I'm guessing. Maybe there's going to be a detail that gets brought up in the final case. But, yeah, no, this is very filler case, which is a shame. I mean, it's fun. Also, it's like knowledge on what's the difference between udon and soba noodles. I'm like, I don't really know, bestie. But thanks for going into detail about this. It's, you know, I think what saves it is there's a lot of colorful characters in the case. Uendo's fun. Them and their split personalities. I don't think they did a split personality character at all until this case. But I was kind of hoping if they were gonna do one, they would do one for like something bigger. Not saying they needed to be the culprit, obviously. No, I actually do like that old Uendo does have a split personality, but isn't the culprit. In fact, none of the other personalities at all are murderous, which is kind of cool. That's nice. It's nice DID representation. But the motive is also a little weak. Like, Clown Girl was like, "Oh, I got slighted for the job. I'm gonna kill him." I know it's kind of premeditated, but then it just sort of goes into like a crazy, like, okay, well, here's what's going on right now. Also doesn't help that this case got very popular because of Clown Girl, Miss Clussy over here. Just all the art of her to the point where I did see her breakdown way before this case. And when she was introduced, I'm like, she's still gonna have a breakdown. That being said, I remember I could have sworn people when they were doing that, it was Phoenix and Miles. That did throw me off. I don't know why Phoenix and Miles were there. I guess they just didn't want to have Athena and Sadmati there, and the jokes and all that. But that's that. Anyway, do I set the background to this? Is it spoilers? Doesn't seem like spoilers. Nah, it's fine. This is it. The real finale to the game is about to start. We're gonna start it. I'm gonna take a bit of a break though. As we're gonna start it. Episode 5. This game's at ups and downs. Episode 1, it's okay. It's pretty good. Interesting setting. Episode 2, probably the best episode so far. I really liked it a lot. Even if the Grammary thing kind of gets shoehorned in with just a random Grammary. It's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And it's a short case. Episode 3, probably the worst case so far. Does not escape the third case syndrome in these games. It was pretty bad. And 4th was pretty alright. So, you know, it's been ups and downs. I know about some of, no, I don't know anything about this case. I know the length of the case. I've heard that this case is fucking long. I know that this case is really long. I don't know how long. I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to beat this. We're obviously not beating it tonight, but man, we'll get started. No, Clussy. I know. It's so sad. You can see the VOD. I'll probably upload the VOD at some point in the future. I upload my VODs on my VOD channel, BuppyStreams and LPs. But it's a little average Italian. Anyway, I will take a little break. When we come back, we're gonna make some headway. We're gonna make some headway in this long-ass fucking case. Is it as long as episode 5 in the first Ace Attorney? Maybe? I have no idea. I didn't check the actual hours, but I know I checked it like a little bit and glanced like, how long is this case? And without any spoilers, it just said pretty fucking long. So yeah, it'll be fun. Excited for that. We'll take a break. Longest in the series. No commentary playthrough. Something like 10 hours. So I do commentary. So it's gonna take way longer than that. That'll be funny. Yeah, hopefully we can beat this. And then the DLC case before Dawn Trail comes out. So yeah, let's take a break. I'll be back in a bit.